Have you ever wondered how we can live life well? I've been in missions for over 30 years, lived among many people around the world, many different kinds of people. And the specific call on my life is to actually live among Muslims and to share my faith among Muslims. I run a small organization called One Truth Project. And we're all about resourcing the church to confidently share our faith with Muslims. And I can say this, if you can share your faith, especially with a Muslim missionary like we have in London, in England, you will be able to share your faith with anyone. I have had the joy of the experience of perhaps debating and sharing my faith with some of the toughest people that we have living in England, some of whom have gone on to actually do terrible atrocities against citizens of this country. More of that in some of the talks ahead. What I'd love for us to think about is, how do we as Christians live the missional life well? What do I mean by missional life? You'll find videos out there that talk about a missional life. There's a lot of preachers that will talk about it. What does it mean for everyday Christians, for those of us who are going about our lives, living in families, going to work, some of us going into a church to work, some of us going into a secular job to work at, or whatever land we happen to hail from. We are trying to live our lives well. How do we live a missional life, no matter what we are, whether we're an entrepreneur, stay-at-home mum, papa who has to go out and work, single, married, children, childless, whatever state of life we are, whatever situation we are in, how do we live it well? Many of us in the world say we're Christians. Apparently, it's still one of the largest religions in the world. Doesn't feel that way though. Why? Is it that many of us Christians haven't quite tapped into what Christianity is all about? Why do I, as a Christian, I've been a Christian for about 40 years, why is it that I still struggle today with some of the more basic things of the Christian life? Why do I have moments where I wake up in the morning and I just feel, oh, everything's horrible. I just don't want to go on. Why do we have those moments of discouragement and despair? Why do we forget to look up at the one who has the answers, the one who is the solution? And a lot of us Christians, we are stumbling in our lives, and yet he has shown us, the one that has gone ahead of us to show us how to be a true human being, a successful human being, a human being filled with God's character, his character of love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness and mercy, self-control, all those wonderful characteristics that make a person and a family and a church and a mission team and doing life well together. We're going to think about those different aspects of the Christian life that we need to learn to do well. And there's only one way we do it well. It's not even how we do things. It's not even the tips that we can learn from each other. And we need to share those good skills that we've learned and pass them on. It is actually a successful missional life is wrapped up in one person, in following that one person with all of our heart and mind. That great command that Jesus gave us on the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew chapter 5-7. Jesus says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Love your neighbor as yourself. In these two commands, all of the commands of Moses, all of God's commands are wrapped up in those two commands. Do we love the Lord with all our heart, soul, and mind? Do we love our neighbor as much as we love ourselves? Wow, it's a real challenge to us. And Jesus has shown us how to do that. He's shown us how to live life well, how to embody his character, how to serve well, work well, do family well, how to love those that aren't so lovable, how to become people who are lovable. He's taught us how to do all that well, but it's all wrapped up in Jesus. So the big question is, how do we get to know this Lord Jesus? How do we get to know him well? And that's what we're going to spend time talking about. Journey with me in the scriptures to live a missional life that's exciting, even in the mundane. My life is a lot more mundane than it used to be. But in the mundane, I can live that missional life with joy and peace, with goodness and kindness, gentleness, perseverance, self-control. Wow, it's worth signing up to Jesus. Let's learn how to do that well.